Hey guys, welcome back. So this week I've really been wanting to film some how-to videos for you guys, and today I'm going to be showing you all how to refill like an empty eyeshadow from like your Urban Decay Naked palettes. If you're like me, there are just certain shades that you use a lot in your Naked palettes before you use up your other shadows, and then you have to buy the single ones, and it's like you always have to bust out the single one with the palette, and it's just a headache. But I figured out how to replace the shadows. I replaced Virgin in my original Naked palette, and I ran out of Naked a while back, and I figured I would go ahead and show you guys today how to refill it. You'll just need like your palette with the empty shadow. You'll need the shadow refill, and then you'll need some rubbing alcohol, some wax paper, and you'll just need like a small paring knife. And I hope that my lighting looks okay for this. My apologies if it doesn't look that great. I'm not used to doing how-tos. But the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your single eyeshadow that you need to refill your Naked palette. And if you didn't know, Urban Decay sells all of these shadows separately, so you can buy just the single eyeshadows. The next thing that you're going to do, which this part is a little scary, but you're going to take the paring knife, and I hope that you guys are going to be able to see what I'm doing. You're going to stick the paring knife in the shadow to break it up and to get it into the little eyeshadow pan. And honestly, like in these single ones, you get a lot more shadow than what goes in this little pan, so you can just save the leftovers for whenever you run out of it again. Okay, so once you get the pan filled up like that with the broken up eyeshadow, you're just going to take your rubbing alcohol, and if you have a little dropper, this would probably be a lot easier to do. I'm just going to pour some of it here in the lid, and hopefully I don't spill it everywhere. You can just kind of add what you need at a time, but I'm just going to take just a little bit of it and pour it here in the eyeshadow. Need a little more rubbing alcohol in it, I think. I think I could have actually broken up a little bit more shadow too in here. Sometimes it's hard to tell until you like get your alcohol in here. If you happen to accidentally get some alcohol like on some of your other eyeshadows in your palette, don't worry about it. Like, it'll evaporate and they'll be fine. I'm gonna add some more shadow to the little pan here. Once you get the paste like to a nice consistency, then I just take the paring knife and kind of smooth it out a little bit. It's not going to get completely smooth, and we'll use the wax paper for that. And this can be like a little messy and kind of tedious to try to get like the consistency just right. But if you get too much rubbing alcohol in it, like, don't worry about it because it'll evaporate out. And then I just take my fingers like around the edge of the palette to clean it up, like if I got any excess like eyeshadow and stuff on the outside of the palette. And then the next thing that I do is I take some wax paper and I tear off a little piece and just use that to kind of help to flatten the eyeshadow out. And then after you get the wax paper on the eyeshadow, you can actually take a blow dryer to help speed up the rubbing alcohol like evaporation process. So like now this little wax paper is like coming off. The only bad thing is you'll have a little bit of eyeshadow. It's going to get stuck to the wax paper. I'm just going to take my blow dryer and like evaporate it some more on like a medium heat setting. Once you use it a few times, it'll kind of even out if there's some like rough spots or edges or anything like that. So yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, but like I said, it's nice that you don't have to bust out your single eyeshadow all the time. As soon as I start to film the outro, it starts storming outside. I don't know if you can hear the rain, but it is coming down super hard, like in buckets. And now it's lightning. But if there was one thing that I would change about this how-to, I would say skip the wax paper. I feel like the wax paper really took off a lot of the eyeshadow and made my eyeshadow just be like look really uneven. I know that whenever I did the virgin eyeshadow, like whenever I ran out of that and refilled that, I didn't use wax paper and the eyeshadow wasn't as uneven. So I would say skip the wax paper and just use the paring knife to smooth out the eyeshadow. Yeah. But I hope that this how-to was helpful, and I hope that you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, or let me know down in the comments. Oh my God. I think I need to turn on the weather and see what the heck's going on outside. But I will see you all in my next video, and I hope that you all have an awesome day. Bye-bye, guys. Mwah.